Greetings and welcome back to Victoria 3. We are here again with our empire of Ethiopia and we are entering the end game, I will say. There was a patch that it was released by Paradox Interactive and that made some changes in the game. The reason why today I'm mentioning this is because now that I am recording this new episode, of course, I have the new patch applied to the game, and one of the changes that they introduced is that the government wages then affect the prestige of the country. So I think we should rather go here. And we have a new event raising concerns. The Oriental Orthodox Church have expressed their concern about government decision clearly favoring the interest of the industrialist. And you already know where I'm going to click. They need to accept that we cannot always please everyone. The war between Egypt and France is lasting now for quite some time, and I will imagine that Egypt will be heavily damaged by this war. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we will manage to get a better position, and we have a revolution brewing. Let's be careful here. Yeah, there is critical radicalism around the slave trade. Fortunately, this means that I'm obliged to stop attempting to ban slavery in the empire. I knew that this could have happened. I will try again when the landowners will become less and less influential. Right now they have a 26% of clout, almost 27. Let's try to bring them down farther and then we can see. Also, we have inefficient agriculture. These are the industrialists complaining around that. I think for once maybe we can damage the industrialist. No, -2. Then we should follow their advice. Unfairly denied entry. Chewa people in Gondar are being blocked from entering certain business by some local Oromo people. Everyone must be allowed. I think soon we might be able to declare war against Borana because I mean, the relationship are still cordial, but 21, so start to be low enough to declare war. I think we still have probably the truce. Yeah, until 1895. But as soon as the truce will expire, then we might declare war there. I'm still not sure what kind of law we could pass at this point. Maybe appointed bureaucrats will not be bad. It's kind of balanced. On the other hand, the one who will oppose these are the landowners. Maybe we can try to pass the serfdom abolished now, but this will radicalize again the landowner. I hate this landowner. Let's try with the appointed bureaucrats. Here we have dangerous equipment event in Somaliland. The steel mills in Somaliland have seen an increase in workplace injuries due to increased mechanization and poor safety regulations. I could slow down the production and damage industrialists and landowners. Also the throughput will decrease significantly, -50%. Or I could damage the trade unions and increase the mortality. Wow. They're both equally bad, I will say. I don't want to damage the trade unions. We have them in the government with already -4. And in any case, I mean, the problem is that this will affect the all manufacturing industries. If it was only steel mills, it will be okay, but all manufacturing industries, that's terrible. For 5 years. Yeah, this increase of mortality is too big, and for an important part of our population, slow down production. The bureaucratic struggle. Our efforts to pass the appointed bureaucrats law have run into several classic bureaucratic hurdles. Wow, decreasing bureaucracy of 10% is terrible. I think I would rather sacrifice the time than the success and the bureaucracy. Whistle Stop Tour. Salesaged intends to travel across Amhara by train to campaign for the Liberal Party. Campaigning by rail is a smart move. This will give some momentum to the Liberal Party, but we will decrease the throughput of the railways. The fate of the nation depends on that train running on time. Plus 20% of momentum to the Liberal Party, and Amhara gets efficient rail network for 2 years. Of course this one. What a question. And soon we will have the possibility to discuss the appointed bureaucrats. 33% of chances. Let's see. And soon we will be able to declare war against Borana. Yes, we now have appointed bureaucrats, plus 20% of intelligentsia political strength, and also taxation capacity improved. Also, recently we had a new election. The Liberal Party won again, almost 73%. Everyone wants the Liberal Party, even though the Conservative Party with the landowners are still maintaining this 22% of cloud around them. But still, this coalition, this very big coalition, is managing to defeat the Conservative Party. That's actually good. I don't see the need of reforming the government. It has a legitimacy of 81% right now. And now that we passed this law, should we try again with yeah, let's try with serfdom abolished. Yeah, there is a very high radicalism over hereditary bureaucrats. Unfortunately, I will have to probably restore hereditary bureaucrats. Cannot risk to lose states with a secession. Now the revolution is going down, but of course it's not that I'm happy about this. By the way, we are in October, so we should already be able to declare war against Borana. I will imagine that Wello will jump in. That's exactly the case. So let's set the war goal of conquering state Wello. The Ethiopian Rift Valley eruption. What is this? A violent eruption has shaken the state of Ethiopian Rift Valley. Fragments of tephra and volcanic ash have destroyed buildings and crops, taking some of the lives of our people. What is this incredible amount of bad luck that I am collecting in this episode? We cannot predict an eruption. Rift Valley gets 25% of devastation. Wow, and if I help our people, yeah, devastation is reduced, but then we get incredible amount of government expenses that we cannot afford. We cannot predict an eruption. 25% of devastation, I'm sorry. War with Borana has broken out. Let's see. Let's see. We have an advantage in both fronts. We have better technology in theory. We are going to defend with all our general because we have better stats with defense. And also because our opponents will be pushing us. I was thinking, should I trick them before the checkpoint? 2, 1, buff. And now restore hereditary bureaucrats as radicalism law. I found a way to trick the system. No, nothing to do. They still don't want to be tricked. Restore hereditary bureaucrats. Let's try to go on the offense on one front, as we have 28 of offense and they have 22 of defense. And here on Wello for the moment we might also try to go on the offense here. Industrial grade materials. The industrialists find the high price of steel in the capital an impediment to their ambitions and would like us to prioritize importing it. Let's do it. But on the defense, you see, they perform better. Makes no sense. We considered 2 stupid victories to our opponent. We started charging instead of defending. We perform better defending. Which moreover is weird because, I mean, we had in both front better stats on them. 30 offense against 22. And we have better weapons because we use rifles. I mean, there should be no comparison. At least they are slowly losing war score. Fortunately, we are also losing war support. Let's try to advance against Borana, at least with 1 general. Let's see how it goes. We'll concede another victory to our opponents for nothing. Prejudice employers. Yeah, people are having a hard time getting employed on there. I don't want to reduce the authority because we cannot afford right now. Let's decrease the standard of living. Very sorry to do that. We are losing loyalists and we are increasing the radicals. And here is a tricky situation. I really do not know what to do. I don't understand war in this game. It's extremely simplified, and even if it's simplified, it still doesn't make sense. We have skirmish and we have proper army, while they have, most likely, peasant levies. And we have more units than them, and we have advantage, clear advantage. 45% advantage on one front, 39% of advantage in the other front. We have 39 average offense defense, they have 17. We have 34 average offense defense, they have 16. Still, I cannot manage to attack. I can only stay on the defense. If I try to attack, they kick my ass. This does not make any sense. Paradox Interactive, if you're listening to me, war needs to be completely revisited. Our skirmish infantry against regular troops, we kept getting defeated. What can I say? And we are destroying our economy for this. Let's try with this new general who has better offensive stats. Yeah, now we're winning. This is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous. In the end, everything is made by the generals. Let's try to speed up the process here in Borana while we keep the front in Wello. But this is ridiculous. Very sorry to say, Paradox. I have defended you while everyone else was criticizing for this simplified approach to war. But war like this is simply broken. Raising concerns, the rural folk have expressed their concerns about government decision clearly favoring the interest of the industrialist. Okay, for once this needs to be addressed maybe. Industrialist -2. Rural folk -4. No, they need to accept. Very good. Borana capitulate finally with just this single change. The general. So the whole war is decided by the general only. It's ridiculous. Okay, now we are pushing them also on Wello. Monument to the Emperor, by the way. It will give us prestige. Nah, let's not do it. Okay, we should be able now to penetrate Wello and win also the second front on the second front, and then we will have all the territories we wanted. But still, I am quite disappointed. Again, it's ridiculous that you might have more armies than your opponent, better quality, a proper army against peasants, better technology. You have cannons, rifles and everything, and still an army of peasants can basically defeat if you have poor generals that are not doing good in attack. I mean, we had 3 generals, more army, better technology, better everything, and we were struggling. We were about to lose or to have to try to sign a peace treaty for a war that it was even ridiculous that it lasted for this long. So it's insane. It's really insane. Now we have an economy that is completely screwed thanks to this prolonged war. Okay, I reduced basically the cost of the barracks, and also I have basically removed 2 generals, 2 useless generals from service, because I had a plethora of generals that are focused on defense, and it's irrelevant, as we understood, because in the end wars are decided by generals only. So at least now I have a good one for attack and a decent one also for defense. Faithless leaders. The Liberal Party endorsement of Mesfin, I don't know how to pronounce that, has come under attack by the Conservative Party campaign, arguing that a leader who rejects religion cannot be trusted to keep promises or maintain a sound moral compass. Minus 30% of momentum for the Liberal Party, or perhaps this guy is things clearer, unfettered by religious dogma. We give him some popularity and we get -2 interest group approval for the Oriental Orthodox Church. Let's do it. Oh, City of Plenty. The most prominent members of Somaliland high society have been seen organizing luxurious parties. The party will never end. I need to a little bit increase the morale after the years of war. Campaign financing. In the meantime, by the way, we reached July the 1st, 1899. Parties, particularly the Liberal Party, are struggling to raise enough funds for all their campaigning needs this election. No government expenses, no government expenses. I'm sorry, Liberal Party, you will lose momentum. And as soon as we will finish to research mutual funds, we will have another boost in the minting, and our economy will be able to breathe again. We are about to enact, hopefully, serfdom abolished, but then we don't know how the landowners will react to that. Will they threaten to have a revolution? Given the high amount of radicals, I start to be a little bit concerned, but let's see in the next episode how things progress. We have just a few decades of game left. I'm curious to see what will be the final situation of our country. If you're curious to discover that too, please keep following the series, even though sometimes I lose patience, I understand. But I hope that you will still stick around, and should this be the case, guys, see you in the next video. Cheers.